Let me guess. You're constantly battling the unique demands of shift work, aren't you? Feeling relentless fatigue, brain fog, or the health challenges that come with those irregular hours. Well, it's time to stop just surviving your shifts and really start thriving. At A Healthy Shift, we're revolutionising workplace wellbeing for 24/7 teams. As a veteran shift worker for over 40 years, I know exactly what you're up against, and that's why we've built something truly groundbreaking, the seminar experience. Now, this isn't just a keynote, it's a completely new evidence-based program which is designed to empower entire shift-working workforces. I want you to imagine your team armed with the strategies to optimise their sleep, boost their energy, and elevate their health, no matter what schedule they're on. Our core keynote is powerful, but we also offer specialised add-on workshops, which cover deep dives into women in shift work, how to work your own roster optimally, as well as fatigue management for managers. We need your help to bring this transformation to your workplace. Managers want to invest in their teams, but they need to know that we exist. Are you ready to bring real, lasting change to your colleagues and your organisation? Go and visit ahealthyshift.com. That's ahealthyshift.com and follow the seminar experience link up the top, where you can download our detailed e-brochure, or you can simply follow the link in the show notes. Let's help your workforce thrive, not just survive.
On the night shift, you found another home. I know you're not alone.
Why do we always want to click our fingers when we hear that? What's that about, do you reckon, Roger?
It's either clicking fingers or it's getting the torch at the, what is it,
You're
the light
feeling
on
the
the phone
phone,
out.
yeah.
We have to do something like that.
We
It's that
should.
sort of thing.
We do that when we open the program. Everybody gets their phones out now and goes to our opening song at midnight.
As we should. As we should. It's that sort of song, isn't it?
Yes, little bit. Hello. If you would like to be part of it, you can join us while Roger's here. Anything you would like to raise with Roger in terms of healthy shift, those shift workers right across Australia. You might be listening to 3AW in Melbourne, the ACE Radio Network, 5AA in Adelaide. There'll be shift workers still tuned in, well and truly. Those at 6PR in Perth, 133 693, 133 693. How do you want to start it, my friend?
Well, we've got shift workers working night shift at the moment. They're hitting that really difficult time now, 4:30, 4:37 in the morning, or if you're in Perth, you are in a world of hurt at the moment at 2:30 a.m, as in it's the worst possible time. Give us a call. Let's talk about what battles you have and why you have battles.
Why do you say that's the worst possible time?
Well, because it's actually a time when our circadian rhythm actually drops severely, right? Anybody that's working night shift at the moment that's actually listening in, do you notice between like 2 and about 4 a.m. how cold it is? And everyone blames the air conditioning in the building. And they go, oh, damn air conditioning, it never works at this time of the morning. And everyone's sitting around going, my God, it's so cold. It's actually you. It's not the air conditioning. It's actually your body temperature dropping about 1 degree or 1.5 degrees.
What are you talking about, Shug?
Well, it's a natural dip in our diurnal circadian rhythm. And what it does is it cools us, and then it starts to warm us to wake us up from about 5 a.m. when it starts to elevate cortisol to get us going.
Are you wearing shorts?
Of course I'm wearing shorts. I always wear shorts.
What am I wearing?
Shorts, because we're still shorts.
Yeah.
Never not shorts,
And
always
so
shorts.
I wore long trouser on Saturday to go to the motor show.
Fail.
With,
Yeah, okay.
To
I
go to the
hate
motor
wearing
show.
trousers. Oh.
And I thought, I don't like this idea. But of course, it was a little chilly. It was wet and rainy, and I thought I'd better do the right thing.
Was that Saturday?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
I went to the Storm game Saturday night. I thought I was going to...
Did you wear shorts?
Oh, God. I had my hiking boots on. I had Explorer socks on. I had jeans on. I had a T-shirt and my Apigali jacket, which is a really warm jacket. I honestly thought they were going to have to bring out the defrosters to move me from my seat. Oh, my, it was so cold. The wind, it wasn't wet. It was just the wind chill was freezing.
Do you remember going to the footy in the day?
Yep.
And people would take a blanket. It was a lovely thing in the old stands. People would put a blanket over, and you'd be able to take a thermos and have your own more afternoon tea, and it was just gorgeous. and everybody. It was a lovely idea to watch, and gloves and hats and all rugged up
Or standing at Victoria Park.
on tins. On beer.
Oh, you took the words right out. I was literally going to say that. Standing on the
beer
tins. On the big tins, the big ones, because aluminium, you just crush them, but they used to be tin.
Yeah, you could,
And you could literally stand on them.
and get 3 for each foot.
Yes.
That's it.
Now, that
And
brings back...
What were the very taller ones? Was a taller can?
How many mil would it have been? Because they were... I don't know, but there was. And then there was the fat ones, the big fat ones. Do you remember those
I
as well?
do. In the mind's eye, I do. Somebody let us know what
Carlton
size
Draft
they were.
in the white can with the great big fat can, and you could stand on the cans so you could see over the person in front of you.
Well, that's exactly, as a kid, certainly had to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did you ever sell them meat pies?
No.
You were never a pie boy.
No, I wasn't. No, I was never one of those because I grew up in the country. So
Repeat after me. Drinks.
chips, chocolates.
That's it. So you
lollies,
can do it. Drinks, lollies, chocolates, potato chips.
chips. That's it.
Fabulous.
So we are talking footy then.
Well, no footy talk.
Oh,
Were
I thought we were.
Were you going to start? Were you?
Oh, well, no, I just wanted to know if you wanted to talk about the footy this week. I mean, I will tell you this, that Melissa's family have all been over for Gather Round, and the feedback is incredible. How, for those listeners in 5AA, well done to South Australia for how well they've hosted Gather Round. I know
Pity about the rain, but there's nothing you can do about that.
No, of course not. But they've still made the most of it, and there's been just incredible feedback from people who have been there. And how good is Adelaide Oval to host 5 senior games of football over 4 days?
Yeah.
And looks pristine.
And it looks
amazing.
Yeah, it did look great on
And
the
it is a
telly.
great venue too. You obviously would have been to the footy at Adelaide or the cricket.
No, the last time I was there, and you'll laugh and go, oh, really? The last time I was there because the Rotary Club of Adelaide meets in one of those stands.
Oh, okay.
And so that was the last time I was on that Adelaide ground.
Fabulous venue.
At a
I love
Rotary
how
Club
close
meeting.
it is.
Huh?
I love how close it is to in town. Like it's just on the other
Really
side of the
handy.
river.
I mean, you can walk. Beautiful.
Well, I walk to the. I love the walk. One of my favourite walks in Melbourne is going to the football and walking from Flinders Street Station to the MCG.
Yeah, it's a
and
good
after
walk.
the game, walking back.
Yeah.
And I think how lucky are we in Australia with football that we can all walk together, and then we do battle while we're in the ground, and then we can all walk out again afterwards, and everyone's just like when you look at the EPL in the UK where they have to bring the crowds in at different times and the police have to stand down the lines, and I think it's really, really sad that that's the case. Can we talk about the moon?
We can. We'll talk about the moon. Here's a text for you that says, Roger, is there any value in the old saying, if your feet are warm, you shouldn't feel the cold?
Yes. Well, I totally agree with that as well. Here's a tip for you. Put socks on to go to bed at night and you will actually go to sleep quicker. If you put your socks on with your feet
We're all
warm.
writing that down.
Write it down.
Go to bed
Have
wearing
socks.
socks.
Yeah, put your socks on when you go to bed. I kid you not, there is actually science behind it. If you put socks on to go to bed.
One of the reasons I'm separated.
Why, you wore socks? Did you really wear socks in bed?
It was a discussion point. Yeah. Well, you just said you're encouraging people to put
I
on
am
socks.
encouraging people to wear
And
socks
I did
in bed.
winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeping your feet warm, it actually warms you and puts you to sleep. And
You know the
the
great
other
song,
text,
Get Out of My Car?
Yes.
Get out of my bed.
Oh,
And
right.
no socks in the bed.
Yeah, see, I don't disagree with that. And the text from Ray from Ponesville here, tubes is what the long ones were called.
Tubes.
They were called tubes.
The cans were called tubes.
They
Good
were.
on
They
you,
were called
Ray.
tubes. Well done,
Thank
Ray.
you. Excellent work. 133 You wanted to talk about what?
Well, what I want to talk about today is, well, first of all, can we talk about the moon? Like, can we just talk about this
amazing,
Artemis
how
2?
incredible those pictures.
Couldn't look away.
Oh, I know.
When they were coming into land, when they were returning to the Earth, I remember thinking, oh my God, they're still so far out in space. Because, obviously in today with the technology, with cameras, etc., we can see so much better with laser, So I remember thinking, oh my God, they're still so far out in space and it's like an hour to splashdown. How incredible is it? Like, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it that they fly off in a rocket from one place. They go up, they go around the Earth a few times, they go around the moon, they come back again, they land on the minute,
Yeah.
right, within 500 metres of
Pretty
where
good,
they
isn't
were
it?
meant to land. And I will tell you this, and I was just having a chat with Jay before I came in.
I know you two do your own show out there.
We do.
I'm working in here and nobody's
That's right.
listening to what we're doing in here.
That 6 minutes of radio silence is like 5 hours.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And when I heard the female, when she said, radio check came back in, I actually got emotional. And I think if you're not a human, if you don't get emotional hearing that stuff, knowing that you've got 4 human beings that have done what they've done coming back through the atmosphere with a heat shield at 4,000 degrees coming through the Earth atmosphere, hurtling towards the Earth at that speed, and then just to come up and go, radio check. And I thought, you've got to be kidding me. It just made me emotional. It makes me emotional thinking about those 4 humans doing that.
One of the things that I was certainly taken by, and presumably everybody was, when you look at the pictures that we were able to see of them and the pictures that they were taking but when you go back to when man landed on the moon and that dreadful, horrible, grainy picture at the time, how the technology
The high
has
definition.
changed so much in that period
And
of time.
lasers have helped that. And I think we've heard the professor that talks to Darren James here in Melbourne on Sunday mornings. She's a fantastic listen. And when we talk about lasers, and a lot of this stuff goes via laser now as well, obviously not like the lasers that you buy in the shop, but incredible the signals and the audio and the pictures that were coming back and things like that. Anyway, I just wanted to comment on that.
Please, you did. Look at this. That's all I ever wear, says Ray. Just the one sock in bed. That's it. Thank you. We
Is
had
it a
to go.
sleeping
We
bag?
had to go there. And all these other people talking about wearing socks in bed. No would be the answer.
Yeah.
I think most people would say no socks in bed.
Yeah, I understand
No,
that. But
did
if
I
you
say socks in bed? No socks in
said
bed.
socks? I thought you said socks.
No, socks in bed. We will do this. Roger Sutherland's here. I'm Tony McManus, A Healthy Shift. For those that may not be familiar, Roger is a regular contributor to the program. He was a long-serving officer in VicPol for how many?
40 years.
40 years.
No
and
longer.
highly regarded. Have a look at his Instagram, which is A_healthy_shift.
Yep. And the podcast, which is on every platform that you can find. If you just search for A Healthy Shift, you'll find the podcast and all 300 and nearly 60 episodes of it now.
When are you going to invite me onto your little podcast?
Funny you should mention that. Melissa actually mentioned
Yeah.
that. Why don't you get T-Mac on as a podcast guest?
No, what value would I be? I got nothing to say. It is Australia overnight. Just keeping an eye on going down, as they say, it's going down to the wire in the US Open. This is the Masters, I beg your pardon, the 26 Masters Augusta National. The latest that we've got, just to bring people up to date, is that the latest one now? Leaderboard would be McIlroy is on 11 in the lead for the tie. Cameron Young on 11, one back Sam Burns, 10, Shane Lowry, Jason Day, Justin Rose, and the rest in there. So the Big Mac might be back in a big way. Cameron, they're both leading. So it's one to watch. It's going to be fascinating. You don't play the golf, do you?
It's a good walk stuffed up. A quick pause from today's topic for something vital for every shift worker. That's right, that's you. Now, you know the relentless grind, constant fatigue, struggles with sleep, and that feeling your energy just isn't where it should be. And this is a common story in 24/7 roles, but it just doesn't have to be your workforces. At A Healthy Shift, I've combined 4 decades of frontline experience with cutting-edge science to create the seminar experience. Now, this isn't just a basic workshop. It's a comprehensive, game-changing program that is built to give entire workforces actionable strategies that they need to truly master their well-being on any schedule. And they're implemented immediately. Now, beyond the powerful core keynote, I offer specialised add-on workshops which dive deep into women and shift work, fatigue management, and how to work your own roster. Now, these tools empower your colleagues to thrive, improve performance, and boost their health, helping your organisation to retain valuable staff. Now, if you believe your workforce deserves better, speak up, because your managers won't know about this vital resource. Click the link in the show notes, download the e-brochure and put it up the line. Invest in your team's most valuable asset, their health.
Oh, that's a bit cliche.
Well, it is, but it is. But there's always that one shot that brings you back, isn't there? Always. Every time you go and play, you hit that one shot and you go, yeah, I can play this. I can do this. No problems.
Earlier in the program, we were inundated with some funny expressions, funny sayings, some that you don't hear that often anymore.
Yep.
One was hanky-panky.
Oh, God.
Nobody uses the word the expression hanky-panky.
No. No, they don't.
Too old-fashioned?
Hanky-panky? Probably, yeah, I think that would be the
So we looked it up as to the various descriptions of the expression hanky-panky.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily just what you think. It could meaning you're up to no good generally.
Absolutely. Hanky-panky was no good. Oh, here's a classic where it's changed its meaning, right, from what it used to be. Mm-hmm. You and I, in years gone by, we would hook up. As in, we would catch up.
It was a catch up.
You and I'd catch up.
Well, it's a bit of a...
every time I say that around my kids, oh my God, I get told off every time because hook up now is actually,
hanky-panky.
Hanky-panky, yeah. Hooking up.
What? So we're not allowed to say, as a fish person, if you're going out fishing, I'm hooking up. If you're going fishing.
God, no. That's an absolute no. No, we don't. And you would never say to one of your mates, "Oh, I'm hooking up with Roger on the weekend," because that would conjure up all sorts of images in people's minds.
Yeah.
In the new generation.
Well, unless we were going dancing first.
Or dinner. And a movie. Hello.
Dinner and a movie. See, that was a lovely thing. If that was a date, wasn't it? You go for dinner or a bite to eat, dinner and a movie.
It's like when I go and see my urologist, I say, what, no dinner and movie first?
Yeah, I know. So when you were growing up, and this is the other topic that you probably missed out on, you would have loved it earlier, did you have a breakfast, lunch and tea or breakfast, lunch and dinner?
We had breakfast, lunch and tea.
Yes.
But I have changed to dinner now.
Yeah.
Because it's become modern. Tea is very English, isn't it?
Well, we determined, I think it was Jan that mentioned that talked about the history of those terms. And it was almost as if the very highfalutin people were having dinner, but the rest of us were having tea.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear people still say, what are you having for tea? And I think, oh, God, that sounds weird.
It sounds weird.
It sounds weird now. Like, what are you having for tea?
So my much-loved sister-in-law says, Anthony, what would you like for tea?
Yep.
And I go, well, I'll have a biscuit.
That's to go with your tea?
With the tea.
Yeah.
And she said, no, for dinner. Then she'll correct herself and say dinner.
Yep.
But she still uses the expression, what are we having for tea? Or I've got to start cooking tea.
Yep. That's right. I've got to start cooking tea. But it is, I know. I've got some buddies of mine that I used to go camping with, and he would say, what are we doing for tea? And
here's one for you, especially from Vicky, who says, and I quote, could you mention to Roger, the quiet radio silence with Artemis was like calling Code 9 and hoping to hear the sound of sirens coming towards you.
Yeah, Code 9 is police in trouble on the radio. If someone calls Code 9, it doesn't matter what you are doing or where you are, you drop everything and you head straight there as fast as you can get.
How common would a Code 9?
Today, not much at all. If you do hear one now, it's absolute panic stations because the radios have actually changed now. Thanks, Vicky, for your text too, and I see your registered number there. Well done. That's a long time too. That's her service number that she's put in there. We won't read it out, but that's her service number, and it shows that she's done many years. I'd say approximately 34 years.
So how did you determine that from that number?
Because I know what my number was. My number was 24366. My registered number, and this number here is probably not far behind thereabouts. Yeah, I'd say probably good 37 years there. 37 years.
Vicky, confirm or deny? Send another text.
Just send us a text and let us know. I reckon I'm about the money, about 37 or 30. Yeah, about 37 years. Code 9 means if you opened the radio and came up Code 9 urgent, then you were waiting for sirens, and that silence waiting could be forever.
Roger Sutherland's here. It is a healthy shift, or is it 133 693? There you go. You've heard back from Vic, so you were pretty well right.
13 of 88.
Yeah, well
So
done
there
you. Good work. We'll do this when we come back. Your calls. And the question we'll ask is...
How many steps a day do you get? And are you a walker?
133 693.
I can get that from my sisters before I get too cranky. You better like hanky-panky. Nothing like a good spanky. Don't take out your handkerchiefs. I don't wanna cry. I just wanna hanky-panky like hanky-panky. Nothing like
See, Madonna was singing that all those years ago. Nothing like a bit of hanky-panky and a good
And nothing
spanky.
like a good spanky.
Yeah, I know. So she had it there all those years ago.
Yep.
From, I think that was Dick Tracy.
Yes,
from memory.
correct.
Dick Tracy?
Yep, pretty sure it was Dick Tracy.
1990.
Yep. Good on
Great.
Madonna. Can I talk about this text?
You can.
I've got to tell you.
Well, hang on. Let's just welcome everybody who's joining us for the first time at 5 o'clock.
Welcome to everybody that's joining us for the first time at 5 o'clock.
Thank you.
On your way to work.
That's right.
As you've grabbed what
Maybe.
you've had to grab, jumped in the car, and off you go on your way to work.
Good boy. Roger Sutherland is that voice. I'm Tony McManus. It is a healthy shift. Numerous resources and links for help and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
A healthy shift of which Roger pretty much puts together, and he joins us every couple of weeks on the program Australia Overnight.
I have a text here from a former colleague of mine.
Yep.
From when I worked down at St Kilda at the Highway Patrol down there. And this is when I worked there from 1986 to 1988. Now, he says, good morning, Roger. Long live the tapes, which is the digitector at Queensway in Windsor. Now, you know the Queensway underpass as you
Course,
come in?
yeah.
And you come in Princess Side. We used to go out in the morning and put the tapes right across that. So as people took off from Chapel Street and went down that under that underpass.
Oh.
Now, it used to be a 60-kilometre zone there. I'm not sure. I think it's 70 now. But
I think
used
it
to be
is 70,
60.
yeah, because I go around sometimes that way.
And we'd hit the tapes. And everyone used to abuse us, saying, oh, why would you do it running down a hill? You know, we never used to pull people over until they were doing over 100 kilometres an hour through there. Right?
Is it coming into town?
Coming into town.
Okay.
Right, so as
So
you're
it's a
coming
pretty
into
good
town,
run there because you go over Chapel Street and
It's like
around
6
that corner.
lanes wide.
It's 6 lane. You think there's no
Here we
cars
go.
here. Bang.
And all of a sudden, we're down under the underpass there with the digitector across the road, or the tapes, right? So they'd run over the tapes. Remember, they were 25 metres apart, I think, from memory. And they would run over, we'd get the reading, and then we'd step out on the road and pull them in.
And how far further down the road?
Oh, you'd
would
be
you
another
placed?
probably 300-400 metres at least down the road.
How
So you
accurate
could
was
see
it all?
them coming.
Was it accurate?
Oh, yeah, that was accurate.
Well, you're always
It
going to
was
say
air
that.
pressure. Yeah, of course.
Oh, of course
Yeah.
it was accurate. Oh.
But I want to say this about this text, because I'm not going to give his name, but I'll just give it
No,
as
don't.
Andy. His classic line was, when he used to pull someone over, was he would go to the driver and he would say, the sun is shining, the birds are flying, produce your licence, my good man.
That's fantastic. That's
How good is that?
That's almost sweet.
Thanks, Andy.
That's
Right, that was
sweet.
a great memory, that one there, and I'm sure you're smiling, but that is... And you know what? He would put that in his statement when he went to court. What he said was literally what he told the magistrate
And the
in court.
magistrate would have smiled
Because it was
rather.
exactly the same
Yeah.
thing every time.
13 degrees in Melbourne town with the top of 19. Perth, for you, it's 16.5 degrees on that way to 27 degrees in Perth. And Adelaide, 12.5 on the way for 21. If you'd like to join the program, 133 693 while Roger's here.
Yep.
So the topic is...
Right, now do you get out and walk on a date? Now you're a shift worker.
Yeah.
And you sleep between your nights, like you do 5 nights. Do you get out and walk?
I've been a bit lackadaisical
Yep.
in the last couple of weeks.
Yep. Now, the benefits of walking, I want to talk about a new piece of research that's come out.
But I was doing a lot over Christmas and New Year.
We hear 10,000 steps every day. I want the callers to call us and let us know where the 10,000 steps a day actually came from. Where did that come from? Like, why is it 10,000 steps? And I'll give you a fascinating piece of trivia
Would have come
around
from
that.
our phone, wouldn't it?
Why? No, who said 10,000? Is it evidence? Is it... where did that 10,000 steps a day come from? Because it's a really interesting topic, because when you go and see a PT or you go and see a health coach or something, everyone says, oh, now you've got to get 10,000 steps a day. But where did the 10,000 steps a day come from? Is it actual factual? Is there any benefit to 10,000 steps a day? And why is it 10,000 steps? And I'll tell you why. At the moment, you're just doing your incidental movement, and you're probably getting, and everyone tracks their steps on their smartwatches. You've got an Apple Watch or your Garmin or you've got whatever, and everyone's tracking their steps. And they all have a rough idea around about how many steps a day they actually do. Now, I average somewhere between 12 and 15,000 steps a day. I do walk, I do move a lot, and I get 12 and 15, between 12 and 15,000.
But does that include going from your bedroom to the kitchen?
Yeah. Well,
that's
remember, it's on a
hardly-
watch.
That's
Wait a
hardly
minute.
exercise, though.
Wait, it's movement.
right.
Now, wait a minute. Let's talk about, are tracking apps accurate? The answer to that is no, they are not, right? They are not. Watches are not accurate. So what actually happens is we look at our watch, but we are still comparing yesterday to today and tomorrow and the day after that. So as to whether it's tracking actual steps or movement, we're still comparing one day to the next. But the recent research has told us that someone starting out walking going from 2,000 steps to 7,000 steps a day, right? So someone who doesn't really move but gets up to 7,000 steps a day is decreasing mortality by, wait for it, 47%.
Oh, so you're telling us no good for us?
No, decreasing mortality, right?
Oh, right, okay.
Decreasing
Beg your pardon.
mortality by 47%. Now, that means that the just increasing to 7,000, which a lot of people would do, has a massive benefit up to 7,000 steps. So everyone trying to get 10, well done on getting 7,000 to start off with. And then if you go from 7 to 12,500, you can add another 18% onto that. So you're up to around 65% also of decrease in mortality from the steps. And we've got the callers.
Roger Sutherland, written and spoken by Roger Sutherland on behalf of the Victorian Liberal Party.
I'm not talking to the Liberal Party.
Tanya.
What are you doing?
I just thought I'd throw it in. Tanya, Mount Eliza, morning.
Oh, good morning, Tony. Good morning, Roger. How are you both this morning?
See, there's only one watch you ever really need to wear, Tanya.
Well, I was
unless-
about to say to Roger,
Yes,
now,
go,
Roger,
Tony.
has Tony got two watches on or does he have one on?
One. He's got one on
So
today.
he's not being a
It's got Mickey
double
Mouse hands
wrister.
on it, and I don't understand why.
No, so I'm not double wristing is what you were going to say, Tanya.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I was about to say. And I was also going to comment on when you said hanky-panky means you're up to no good. Well,
Yes.
I don't know about that because anytime I've done some hanky-panky, it's always been very good.
There you go. Tanya's all over it.
That almost deserves a big round of applause.
It does.
I would have thought.
Where's the- he hasn't got his finger on the button. Tanya, that was outstanding.
Excellent work.
Outstanding.
A round of applause for those this time in the morning.
Up to no good, but very good.
Very good.
Not bad at 5 a.m.
Thank you. Rob in Frankstone. Good morning, Rob.
Morning. I reckon the 10,000 steps came from a Japanese advertising campaign, something similar.
100% back in 1965 for the Tokyo Olympics. It was for a pedometer that was being released, and it was part of the advertising campaign that went with the pedometer, and it has stuck for 60 years, and it's inaccurate. So well done. That's excellent, Rob.
How did you did you look that up, Rob, or you just had it the back of the mind?
No, I've heard it brought up on AW before.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Nothing's new on
So I'm not
AW.
first.
Thank you.
I'm not first?
You're
Oh,
not
no.
the first. No.
Oh, dear.
Good on you. I mean, there'll be people probably about to step out now. No, I haven't had a look.
There
We
will
had
be
much
people.
drizzle as we speak. No, it's
not when
pretty
I
good.
went out. Not when I came in. It was beautiful this
Okay,
morning.
there you
12 and a half degrees out there, as you said when I was driving in.
Thank you. Well, I did mention
And
that.
I compared it to what was on the dashboard of my car, and it was spot on.
Spot
so
on.
you were accurate.
I know. Tony Mack, the accurate one. Or was that a race caller of renown? Your calls, come and join us the other side, 133693. The text line, we love you for it, 0477 693 693. There is a really lovely note here. It says, Roger and T Mac, 10,000 steps converted into Ks approximately...
Around about 8 kilometres, about 5 miles.
Okay, 5 miles in
Yep.
God's measurements.
Yep.
Another one says, I'm a shift worker, do 17,000
To 20,000 steps on a day shift, and on night shift I'll be lucky to get 3 to 5.
Why the distinction?
Now, this is fantastic, and I love this because this is what we call controlling the controllable. Because when you're on night shift, you can't get out and get the steps that you would like to be able to get. But what this caller's doing, the text that ends in 404, or number that ends in 404, is actually telling us that when they can get the steps, they're getting a lot. But what I want people to understand is this balances out over the week. All right, so if you were to look at while they're on nights and they're only getting 3 to 5, and then when they're on day shift they're getting more, it balances out as to an average over the week. And we want to average around 7,000 steps a week, every day for a week.
You would hope that was the case. But somebody who might be, say, working in a supermarket overnight doing those very important jobs for the shelves,
Yep.
they'd be doing a fair bit of walking.
Of course.
I would imagine.
Yep.
To get...
And also, what about nurses? Nurses are running around on their feet overnight, all night as well. And their steps start from midnight as well. So if they're on night shift, they're starting to do that. But another thing I want to say is about the police wearing all of the gear that they're wearing as well. Even if they're only getting 2,000 or 3,000 steps, because of all the weight that they're wearing and carrying around as well, let's give them some kudos for carrying that around at the same time. So there's more in that.
Did you ever wear that, all that?
Oh, yeah.
You did. But not 25, 30 years ago.
No, God, no, not then. No. But in the towards
Recently,
the end,
yeah.
it's horrendous.
Justine, hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Would you like me to talk about hanky-panky or my steps?
Oh, hanky-panky.
Steps. Let's go with
I
steps.
think we'd better go with the steps.
How many steps a day do you get, Justine?
Minimum 10,000.
That is amazing.
But I'm
Fantastic.
not a shift worker. I work during the day and I feel like I work during the night.
Yes.
I won't go to bed until I've done 10,000 and I'm a bit cray-cray. I'll just walk up the drive. I have to now.
I know what you're going to say here. It becomes so disordered, doesn't it? That you're going to go to bed and you're on 9,500, so you have to walk around the house to get that last 500. Is that true?
Or just up the driveway.
Oh, Justine.
Just up the driveway. And you reckon I have a disorder.
500 steps.
You make me
A
laugh.
lot of people do it, though,
I know. I've seen people walk around a newsroom doing it just to get the steps
just to
up.
get the steps. But they're getting movement. That's important.
Yeah, it is. William, good morning.
Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Roger.
William.
Good morning.
Just a quick, a quick one for you, Roger. As an ex-cop,
Yep.
you would have done a few of these ABOs and things like that.
Yes.
How come perjury doesn't have any weight in the family law court?
What a great question. What a fantastic... Does perjury have any weight anywhere these days at all? People seem to be able to say whatever they want and get away with it with no consequence at all. Like, how many people lodge complaints? There's a very topical one in the news at the moment with this Ben Robert Smith. Who's going to be held accountable for that?
That's a very good question.
You know, there's a lot of cases that people lodge complaints and put complaints in, and then there's no accountability. It's either not found not guilty, and then the next thing that happens is we actually have people who, you know, they get off and then it's all written off, but then there's no more, as in, hang on a second, you said this, where's the accountability?
Isn't that the role, though, for the magistrate and or his or her
prosecutor?
honour to actually be aware and challenge that?
Well, no, not his honour. No, his honour doesn't make he makes the decisions over what's presented to them.
To the court.
But he doesn't get to say, no, that's perjury. It's up to the prosecutor to present the case of perjury to the court.
Wouldn't that be
It doesn't
challenged,
seem
though?
to happen. It doesn't seem to happen, ever. So many people get away. So many people get
you're
away
saying you
with
can
just
stand up in court
lobbing
and say-
unfounded complaints at people.
You can stand up in court and say anything you like, and it's rarely challenged.
No, I'm not going to say that, really. But I will say that so many times people are found not guilty of offences, and the next thing is there's no accountability for that person. I know I've been a victim of complaints that have been made, right? And these people can lob complaints. There's a lot of complaints that are lobbed against the police all the time. And what they should be saying to the person is, are you prepared to go to jail if this doesn't get up?
Yeah, okay. It's a subtle
But they're
but
not.
important distinction. There's a great text there that asks the question, would you rather have hanky-panky or slap and tickle? What are the distinctions?
Oh, well, that's an interesting
I
one.
don't know either. Rod in Gisborne,
mind boggles.
just reading the text. In Gisborne, good morning.
Oh, good morning to you both. Just two things. I had an uncle and an aunt that never got off the couch. They never moved,
Yes.
and they lived to nearly 90 years of age.
Incredible.
That's one thing.
Yes?
Yeah, never moved. So it sort of flies in the face of what you're saying a little bit.
Yep.
Does that mean they would have lived to over 100?
But Rod, they're an N1 and 2. There are unique cases of people. We don't know how they live their life health-wise as well. Like as far as were they getting daylight, were they getting sunlight, were they near windows? These things make a huge difference. Were they getting good sleep? There's a lot of confounding variables in relation
to that. A bit like the smoking scenario. People say, well, I smoked all my life and lived to 95.
There's always an M1.
There's always, 133 more straight after this. I bought my togs. You got yours ready to go?
You betcha. I'm off for a swim now.
Okay, I might come with you. Thank you. A Healthy Shift. Have a look at it. healthyshift.com. Roger Sutherland. The boys are ready to go. That is Jimmy Bartell and Mark Allen sitting in for Ross and Russ. Tom Elliott gets underway from 8:30. Old Tony, is back in the chair in the afternoon from midday. Heidi Murphy on the drive program just after 3 this afternoon. I'm Tony Mack. For all we know, we may never meet again. May our hands only ever be held out in friendship and never, never, never in want.